aka Clarence Hampton III. Essential coaches and pros, the X's and O's. This is the best what we do, what we know. So let's go. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, dog. Florida State. Florida State, man. Oh my goodness, man. They, you know, you can't be any worse than what Mike Norvell's Seminoles were last year. That was highly embarrassing what the Seminoles put on display last year. I mean, for all of college. I mean, and I'm sure you heard some of your favorite podcasters, your favorite sports content creators talk about how embarrassing Florida State really was and how bad Florida State really, what they produced on the field. It was just bad. I mean, you 2-10 overall, 1-7 in the conference. And they just keep getting a ton of transfers in, man. A ton of transfers. A ton. I mean, and does it work or does it not work? I don't think that. I don't know if the model's working down there, but they're set out to prove a lot of people wrong. They just are. You know what I mean? Just to be honest, they're set out to prove a lot of people wrong. So let's kind of talk about the transfers that they did get in, right? Because of notoriety, as far as the draft, who did they lose offensively? I don't think they lost a lot offensively, but defensively, I think Azariah Thomas they lost. Cornerback, defensive back was good. Probably going, he'll definitely be drafted. And Joshua Farmer, a defensive lineman, will be missed for those guys as far as the draft goes. Now, everybody else, maybe I may be forgetting a name or two to mention, so correct me out there. But we'll get up into the offense of Florida State. Now, Florida State, like I said, they got a lot of guys in. They got Randy Pittman Jr. I think he transferred over from UCF, right? The tight end. And he was utilized. I mean, he was used enough. 6'2", 225 pounds. I think he was just more the oversized receiver, or maybe a slower receiver type of guy. Very strong. Had 32 receptions, 416 yards, and 2 touchdowns, right? They got Thomas Castellanos. That's who they got. I thought he was good at Boston College. I like the way he played ball. He played Florida State very tough at one point in time where he almost beat him, and it was largely because of the play of him. So they said, Mike Norvell said, we got to get this kid. 5'11", 196 pounds. He had 1,366 passing yards last year. He had completion percentage of like 61%, 62%, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and got up out there a little bit disgruntled the way that he left, right? Now, the offensive line is where it gets me, because you only get bringing back Richie Leonard. And other than that, you got Garrett Hansen, Gunnar Hansen. He's a tackle. Don't know which side of the ball he'll really play on. From Vanderbilt, 6'5", 330 pounds. Don't know which side of the ball he'll probably really play on. But then you got Luke Pettibon from Wake Forest, 6'2", 295 pounds. He's transferred over to Florida State also. Adrian Melody transferred in from Central Florida also, 6'5", 305 pounds. Don't know where he'll fit. And Micah Pettis transferred in from Ole Miss, 6'7", 350 pounds. He'll probably be a tackle, maybe. But what did they do at receiver? They got a Squirrel White transferred over from Tennessee, 34 receptions, 381 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's 5'10", 167 pounds. I think they needed a smaller type of receiver. They need some of those smaller type of guys, but then they also wanted to replace some of that size. And did they replace the size? You're damn right. When they got Deuce Robinson, they got trying to replace some of that size with him. 6'6", 220 pounds, 23 receptions, 396 yards, 5 touchdowns. Yeah, they trying to replace that production, right? They trying to try and get back to where they was at, and they probably can make some of those moves. So let's see what they can do. Now, and Thomas Castellano will probably be a starting quarterback. I don't know if he will be or not, but let's go over to the defensive side of the ball. But I will say this type of scheme that they like to run over there, I think will help Thomas Castellanos. I think it will. Like, I honestly think it will. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that the scheme that they run was not going to help him, because it definitely is going to help him. You know, the most of the schemes they run offensively. Defensively, they got a defensive end, James Williams, transferred in from Nebraska, 6'6", 250 pounds, 9 solo tackles and 5 sacks. That's what he had, right? That's just what he had. That's just what he was at last year. I think that'd be okay. They also got DeMonte Diggs in, another transfer in, 6'5", 260 pounds from Coastal Carolina. That's the total triple size you need, and a true freshman that's supposed to be like that, 6'2", 320 pounds, defensive lineman from Georgia. He's just supposed to be like that. Kevin Wynn just supposed to be like that. Really, he's a true freshman, but he's supposed to be like that. We may be able to see him on the field this year. Dante McCray, another defensive tackle, a defensive lineman for them, 6'4", 283 pounds, 22 solo tackles, coming in from Western Kentucky, 2.5 sacks. Going to be great for them. It should be. Stephon Thompson's transferred in, supposed to be like that, from Nebraska, linebacker, 6'1", 240 pounds, 7 solo tackles was what he had. But in 2023, when he was up at Syracuse, was his better season. He had 27 solo tackles, had 53 tackles overall, had 4 tackles for a loss, had a sack and a half, and that's where he was most productive at. So when him not really get seeing the field, Stephon Thompson not seeing the field up there at Nebraska was a problem. I thought maybe it was a problem. I thought he probably should have seen the field, but he's more of a run stopping type of guy, which will probably fit in the ACC better. We'll see. Elijah Herring, another linebacker, transferred in from Memphis, 6'2", 230 pounds. He's also was up at Tennessee at one point. Then he went over to Memphis. It's a senior transfer, older guy. And sometimes you need those guys. Like I said, they will. DJ Lundy's gone and didn't do too much. Azariah Thomas, defensive back, he'll be probably missed moving on. Joshua Farmer's defensive tackle will be moving on from that defense. But I mean, other than that, a lot of the guys they got coming back. I mean, they got a lot of their guys retained and coming back, which is a good thing for Florida State. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what Florida State can do. Moving on to their schedule. They starting off with a bang. I don't even think they having a spring game. They ain't even having a spring game. They coming out the gate swinging. They starting off Alabama August 30th, and they got them at home. At home, they starting off with Alabama at home, which is good. Which is good to me. I think it is. Even after having a season like that, I think they would have started off with East Texas A&M Lions. I think they should have started off with them with the season they had last year, but they started off with Alabama. Respect. September 13th, they have a bye week. September 20th, they'll be playing Kent State. That's in the MAC. September 26th, they'll go on the road to Virginia to play the Cavaliers, not Virginia Tech. Starting off the month of October 4th, they will be playing the Miami Hurricanes straight out the gate at home. Then they have Panthers at home on October 11th. Then they go on the road to Stanford October 18th to finish off the month of October. Down on the bye week, October 25th. And this, once again, this is Florida State starting off the month of November for Florida State. They're at home, Wake Forest Demon Deacons. On November 8th, they at Clemson. November 15th, they play Virginia Tech at home. And then to finish off their season, last two games, they will be at November 21st at North Carolina to take on the Wolfpack, North Carolina State, excuse me. November 29th, they will be going on the road to finish with the Florida Gators. That's how they finish that off. Tough ass schedule, man. Florida State has a tough schedule. To lose the games that they have lost, they got a very tough schedule, man. Their schedule's tough. They got Clemson, Florida, NC State, Miami, Alabama. I think they got some notable games. They definitely got some notable games on here. And East Texas. And you could probably say Kent State's a walkover, but if they ain't on their A game, Kent State probably will beat them. But we'll get into Kent State at some point in time. We'll be doing the MAC. Believe that. I'll be doing the MAC. So my MAC fans, stay put because we'll be doing that too. But what do y'all think that they're going to finish up their record of being this year? Y'all let me know down in the comments where y'all think that Florida State's going to end up at with their record.